Hey guys, it's Kevin, and here it is, the PlayStation Portal. When Sony first announced it back in August, you're probably thinking, what's the point of this product if I already own a PS5 and have remote play on my mobile devices? In this video, I'll try my best to answer those questions, as well as some other ones you might have. But first, let's unbox this and set everything up. So just like the PS5, we have an outer sleeve that shows a picture of the PS Portal and an overview of the product. Inside, we have a gray box with a pull tab that has the PlayStation icons on it. The top cover has a PS logo, but underneath that, we have a USB-C to USB-C cable. There's no power adapter, so you need to use one of your own. Next, we have the PS Portal, but I'll get to that in a sec. At the bottom of the box, there's a manual, which I'll read later. And that's all we get: PlayStation Portal, USB-C cable, and a manual. Okay, here's the PS Portal. Overall, this looks and feels really nice, and I'll admit it, I wasn't a fan of the design when I first saw it. But now that I'm holding it, I can see why Sony stuck with this form factor. It weighs 528 grams and feels nice and even. If you use a DualSense controller, this feels exactly like it except with the 8-inch screen in the middle. You have the same D-pad and create button on the left, and the 4 icons and option button on the right. Since the middle of the controller was cut out, the home and mute buttons were moved to the top on each side. This took some time getting used to it. Everything feels like a normal controller, but I noticed the analog sticks are a little smaller. Here's a side-by-side comparison. You'll also find the same LED lights on the inner edge of the controller. Along the top, we'll find the normal L and R triggers, which are the same adaptive triggers found on the normal controller. Then we have 2 upward firing speakers, a power button, link button, and volume buttons. On the bottom, there's a USB-C port for charging, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. There's nothing else on the back, but like the DualSense, you can see the tiny icons. And let's do that big peel. If you're interested in the PlayStation Portal, I'll leave a link to it in the description box below. Alright, I have a confession to make. I already set this up, and it was pretty straightforward. Turn it on, connect it to Wi-Fi, read the terms and conditions, install the latest software update, log into your PS account, select your PS5, and you're good to go. Now, assuming you enabled remote play on your PS5 and it's on or in rest mode, then just power on the Portal, press the PS button, and wait for it to connect. Once you're in, you'll have full control of your PS5 in the palm of your hands. The screen on the PlayStation Portal is really nice, considering it's only an 8-inch LCD at 1080p. The colors are vibrant, and the text looks sharp. I wish it was OLED since I'm used to gaming on my TV, Switch, and iPhone, but this screen isn't bad at all. It gets plenty bright, but there's no ambient light sensor, so you need to manually adjust it under settings or the quick menu. And note that the screen is glossy, so you won't lose any quality, but be careful of those reflections. At the time, 8 inches seems small, but it's actually a nice size to game on. The display is large enough to enjoy games, but not too small that I'm always squinting. And if you turn on subtitles, the text is easy to see. And here it is next to the 6.7-inch iPhone with the Backbone 1 and the 7-inch Switch OLED. The point of the PlayStation Portal is to be able to play your favorite PS5 and PS4 games away from your usual setup. That could be on the couch in a different room, at your desk, or even in bed. Or if someone wanted to watch TV, you can still play your games. For my testing, the PS Portal does exactly what it was made to do. I can play Final Fantasy XVI without any major issues, Gran Turismo 7 looks great, Honkai Star Rail behaves normally, and PS4 games like Kingdom Hearts look good. All of the games will stream up to 1080p 60fps. It is less noticeable on the Portal since the Wi-Fi connection is only for streaming. There aren't any other apps running in the background. Some benefits of using the Portal instead of a gaming controller like the Backbone 1 are haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. It literally feels like you're in the game. In Astro's Playroom, it feels like I'm running in the sand, and there's some resistance when climbing the walls. I know you can buy a clip for your DualSense controller and attach your phone to it, but it doesn't look as nice. So you may have noticed that there's no touchpad, but if you're playing a game that supports it, tap the screen and 2 rectangles will appear on both sides. All of the games I have downloaded on my PS5 or on a disc work as they should. If you have PlayStation Plus Premium, there's no cloud streaming, unfortunately, but it would be cool if Sony can add it in a future software update. When streaming any game, there's going to be some lag. I've been playing around with different network connections over the past week, and here's what I learned. Everything I mentioned earlier, that was with my PS5 hardwired to my router. Any game will work just fine. But if your PS5 is connected over Wi-Fi, the quality will be at 720 or even 480p, and the connection will drop a lot. I have gigabit internet, but Sony states at least 15 megabits per second is recommended. And how about if you're away from home? Again, if your PS5 is wired, you can play games over your mobile hotspot, but your mileage may vary. So the response time is pretty good for casual single-player games. But if you're playing FPS games, good luck. And depending on how fast your connection is, it may take some time to connect to your PS5, especially if it's in rest mode. As for the speakers, they aren't the best I've heard. They don't sound as full, and there's basically no bass. But here's a sound test. Phone speakers and even the Switch sound better than this. You're better off using your own headphones, but you can't use any wireless ones, since it doesn't have Bluetooth. You need to buy a PlayStation Link supported headset or earbuds. These range from $150 to $200. Fortunately, you can plug in your own headphones like the AirPods Max. There are some other tidbits I want to mention as well. The UI is very simple. You have the basic status icons in the top right and quick access to some controls. Under settings, we have more controls like network, system, display and brightness, and controller. The battery life varies too. I can probably get about 5 hours on a single charge at full brightness. There's no video streaming, which makes sense since your phone has a better screen and speakers. And the best way to disconnect from your PS5 is to swipe in from the top right corner, tap disconnect, and choose whether you want to use rest mode or not. You can also use the PS button just like you would on a PS5. So is the PlayStation Portal worth it? I'd say yes, but only if your PS5 has a wired connection, and if you plan on gaming a lot away from your setup. But what do you think about the PS Portal? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll be notified when I post new videos. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye!